All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Give double honors to the apostles and elders who taught me this truth and sincerity. Also give peace and blessings to you elect out there that's pushing this truth to the four corners of the globe. And salutations to you brothers and sisters that are coming back to the Heavenly Father, which his name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, which his name is Yahweh Shai. So, I did a lesson yesterday or day before yesterday in this first Maccabees chapter 1. I started in verse 38 and then we read on down. Now we're at 51. I'm gonna do a little reading, and I believe this is real prevalent to what's going on now. Jacob's trouble is here. It's here. We have been putting out lessons for years and years. We've been teaching about this for a long time, and now you see it, it's finally here. You see the seeds finally have took root. So a couple of things I wanted to get into. You can kind of look back and see how all of this has taken place. Now, let me read this and then I'll give some dialogue and it'll all make sense. But let's get into it. And again, just to give a synopsis of what's going on. All right. And the Greek Empire has took hold of Jerusalem. All right. They had conquered us at this point. All right. And these are Edomites, just to throw that out there. All right, this is First Maccabees 1 and 51. It says, in the self same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land. So, of course, this particular point is talking about Israelites that were gathered and they forsook the law. So those who weren't, so you have two factions right now. You have those, and it's always these two factions, all right? You got what we like to call your 2/3, all right, and then the 1/3. So there were gathered together of those who basically laid down and get down. All right. And then it says, and drove the Israelites into secret places where even wheresoever they could flee for succor. All right. It says, now the 5th day of the 5th month, Closia, I probably butchered that, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation among the altar and built idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of the houses and in the streets. Because when we read up, it said these evils were multiplied, these evils increased. All right, because you have a wicked rulership, and then you have, they set overseers over Israel to make sure these things is getting done. Just like how they do now, they put these celebrities in our face to make sure that we're participating in idol worship, that we're participating in the degradation or the desolation of the law. They uphold wickedness. That's why you see a lot of witchcraft with these celebrities. It's kind of the same thing. This mirrors what's taking place now. Okay. And also too, when another nation conquers, it's a couple of things that they do. All right. So you have to cut off the food supply. You have to incorporate, so you starve them out, make that nation weak. All right, make them, you make that nation pretty much bow down for resources. All right, compromise their ideals, their heritage, all right, their will for resources. Basically starve them out. All right, and then you bring in public executions to set an example. You bring in so those that rebel, then also too, you cut off some of their routes. Now notice how a couple of years ago all of these bridges were collapsing. All right, you had all of these major bridges collapsing. Okay, you had all these derailments of these trains. Okay, so all of this is being set up. The people of America, and I'm talking about you Native Americans, Latinos, and so-called Negroes. We are about to face these things. All right, let's keep going. It says, and they, Salakia, and when they had rent in pieces the book of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire. Okay, now if you ever watch the book of the book of Eli, basically with Denzel Washington, where he's carrying a Bible written in Braille, because he was blind, but he's carrying a Bible, and everybody is after that Bible, because all of the previous Bibles were destroyed. So that's just I'm just throwing an example out there, but this is what this devil is doing, and best believe he's gonna do it again, because you got to think Esau has this. He has this information. All right, he knows. That's one thing Esau knows, is how to conquer, how to be wicked, how to kill by the sword. All right, because when we go to Psalms 17, right? Psalm 17 and we can start at 9. It says, for the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. Okay, that's not necessarily what I wanted. It said, let me see, hide me for thy sword. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it said verse 13. It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Who was that him? Wicked, the Esau, Edom. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, so let's go back. And we need deliverance from this devil, because it's here now. Jacob's trouble is here. It is here. Prophecy, man. We have no time. Time is up. Time is up. Man, this is very important. This is very important, and our people are still bullshitting. All of this is taking place. What's in these scriptures is taking place because you got to think the famine of the word is coming. They will be burning Bibles. If you are caught teaching the scriptures, you will be publicly beheaded. Guillotines are coming back. Trump is bringing all of this back. These things are happening before our eyes, and a lot of our people are not paying attention. But hey, we still got to push this word. Okay? Okay, so yeah, we're here. Let's keep reading though. All right, we left off in verse 57, it says, and whosoever was found with any book of the testament, which is the Bible, or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should be put him to death. All right. So this is why we go into it and say, let's go to Revelations in 20. All right. And let's see. Let's start at verse 4. Okay. It says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither the image, neither had received his mark upon their heads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach for 1,000 years. No, the last part gets good, but the first part is what's important, because this is telling us that some of us are going to be martyrs for this truth. Some of us are going to be beheaded for not bowing down to this beast or receiving his mark. All right. Or for not following after his ways, for not forsaking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and his teachings. So this is what's going to take place, man. We've been pushing this and telling you, this for years. I mean, it's, man, so the time is now. It's high time to wake out of sleep, for your salvation is nearer than let me see it. Let me pull that real quick. I think it's Romans. It's Romans 13. I might have to Google it, but yeah, I might have to Google it. I'm pretty sure it's in Romans though. Yep, we gotta Google it. Hold on, was that it? Oh, yeah, here we go. It's Romans 13:11. It says, and that knowing the time that is it high time. Let me start from the top. It says, knowing that, okay? Knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Okay? Because now, that darkness, that dark cloud, which is representation of Esau and Edom, is coming down. All right? These persecutions is coming. They're going to, you got to think a lot. We are in the land of our enemies. We are in the land of Esau and Edom. This is his land. And what he's going to, we're outnumbered drastically. And one thing that you know about America, this is one thing that every Native American, Latino, so-called Negro know about, which we all know about America. America is a racist country. It's rooted in racism. It's rooted in death, destruction, theft, So when all of this kicks off, it's kicking off now, but when it hits the climax, think of a purge scenario, okay? So all of these Edomites are going to live out their fantasies. A lot of them are racist. A lot of them are prejudiced. A lot of them want to see us dead. We're going to be hunted down like sheep to the slaughter. Now, when we prove it, let's prove it through the scriptures. So I'm not just talking. Let's prove this through the scriptures. When we get, I think it's 16. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Shalakia. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 71. It says, they shall be like a madman, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. See? Let's read up a verse up, because when you get into 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, it's basically going into Jacob's trouble. It's basically going into martial law and how things are transpiring, how things are going to be so drastically different from the time of what the time of grace. All right, it says, I'm at 70. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. What is insurrection? Let's Google this word, insurrection. A violent uprising against the authority or government. Okay? So this is going to give way a revolt, a rebellion, a riot, a sedition, unrest, anarchy, mutiny. So this is going to give cause for them to bring out the firing squad, for them to man, it's going to get so bad, man. Look, we need divine intervention to be saved out of this. Let me show you. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. And it reads, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay? You know, hey, this is coming, man. This is coming. Now let's go back to the initial crux or point of the video real quick. First Maccabees 1. I think we left off at let me see. I think we left off at 50. I'll read 57 again. It says, and whosoever was found with any book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should be put to death. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the city. Now the 25th day of the month they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of Yahweh. All right. So with all of this going on, you're going to still have our people are going to be wicked. Our people are going to, the 2/3 of our people are going to try to match that wickedness of what's coming. They're going to get caught in that vibration and mirror what they're seeing: slaughter, death. I mean, you're not even going, you see another Israelite, you're not even going to want to interact with them, because you're not going to know where their mind is. You know, now if the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son intervenes, puts the Spirit on you or them, that's different. Okay, but hey, whew, man, you really got to put your mind in these scriptures. All right, now I want to get Luke 21 and let me see. Man, you can really get this whole chapter. You can, whoo. All right, let's get, I really want to start, up. Let's, but I can't make this video too long. I'm on the, I'm at work, but, let me get straight to the point. It says, I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, and ye shall be hated for all men for my name's sake, but there shall not be an hair of your head perish. All right. It says, but there shall not an hair on your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. Okay. And that's one thing that we have to remember. If you're doing what's necessary, all right, in this truth, if you're not following after this beast system, all right, if you're being holy, which means to be separate, if you're doing the things that's necessary, all right, if you're meditating on these scriptures, okay, because when you get verse 15, Luke 21:15 says, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. All right. It says, and ye shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. So again, these scriptures are repeating themselves. And then you say, all right, well, this happened back then. This happened in 70 AD. All right. This happened during the time of Yahweh Shah, because he's giving the warning. Okay. But when you go down to verse, I'm going to start at verse 26. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things began to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So that's indicating, because it says the Son of Man coming in his full glory in the chariot in all great power. So that's Yahweh Shah's second coming to come and save the elect. Well, he's coming to do two things, first of all, and you can read about that in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. So he's coming to judge this unrighteous world, and then he's coming to God save his elect out of the destruction, out of that judgment. So, hey man, this is this is happening. This is happening. So we're here. We are here. We're here. We're at the beginning of Jacob's trouble. It is here. And you Israelites, y'all still making plans to, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I mean, it's high time we wake out of sleep, pray, fast, pray to the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son through the true names that, that you found spotless, without blame in these times. But I hope this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles. Salaki, I'm so sorry about that. Let me start that over. I want to start off by giving praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, give double honors to the apostles and elders who taught me this truth and sincerity. Also give peace and blessings to you elect out there just pushing this truth to the four corners of the globe. Shalom.